What is going on, YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, bringing you yet another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle today against Dylan, and he does have a YouTube channel and a Twitter account, so I'm going to be linking that in the description below in case you'd like to go check him out. I would recommend that you do so, because he's a pretty cool guy. But before we get into the teams here, do not forget, if we reach 50 likes on this video, I will be continuing to bring you those double daily Wi-Fi uploads, one Battle Spot Live, and then one Wi-Fi 6v6, like this one, so be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you'd like to see that. Anyway, looking at the teams here, we've got kind of just like a mixed up mishmash, I don't know what I'm saying, just a mix of things, basically, a little bit of everything. We've got on my opponent's side, pretty much half OU, half UU, and on my side, I've got stuff from pretty much every tier. Very interesting looking stuff. One thing I will say is that I brought the wrong Aerodactyl. I do have two Aerodactyls, one that I usually run a Mega Set with, and one that I run like a Stealth Rock setting, like lead-ish Aerodactyl. And yeah, I brought the Mega Aerodactyl and didn't realize that I was also running Mega Charizard, so kind of pointless to bring the two Megas. I don't know why I did that. I must have just grabbed the wrong Aerodactyl by mistake. So that's why the set is a little bit funky, and that is that. Yeah, I didn't notice that until after the battle, and I was like, why on earth did I do that? Why did I do that? But anyway, that doesn't matter. We're getting into the battle here. He's going to start off with the Pope, that beautiful shiny blue Nidoking, and I'm starting off with Donphan. I really thought that he was going to switch out to start this off. I really did, because if I went for Earthquake, looking back at this, it makes me a little bit frustrated because I really thought the Dragonite was going to switch in, expecting the Earthquake, but he kind of just left his Nidoking in here to die, because if I went for Earthquake, it was just going to be dead. Unless he predicted me to do that. I don't know if that's the case, but he went for the Ice Beam, brought me back down to Sturdy, which is unfortunate, and now I have to switch out, so I'm in a bad position. He's going to go for that Ice Beam as I switch into Charizard, and I'm going to Mega Evolve into my Charizard X, and I'm going to kill this Nidoking off with the Flare Blitz. No questions asked, but I'm just really curious as to what happened on that first turn there. I don't know. I really wish I would have went for Earthquake, because that would have just been a dead Nidoking right there. But that just didn't work out that way. So it's unfortunate because I only got chip damage off on a pretty frail Pokemon. Didn't get my rocks up or anything. So that's just, I don't know, a little bit ridiculous. So I'm going to go straight for the Outrage here because I pretty much have to. I can't roost up and let him get a Dragon Dance off. So that Outrage almost just, I don't know, it almost kills this Dragonite. I just can't even find the words. It activates its weakness policy, but through the multi-scale, an unboosted Outrage from a Jolly Charizard almost kills off this Dragonite. If I was running the Adamant Charizard X, that would be a dead Dragonite through the multi-scale. Absolutely outrageous power coming off that Outrage. He does kill me off after the Dragon Dance boost with a Dragon Claw, but I'm going to be able to bring in my Donphan here and just revenge kill its face with an Ice Shard. And I don't know what he was thinking at that point. I could have gone for an Earthquake predicting a switch, but I didn't want to predict that after seeing what happened in the first turn. He may have just decided that there was no other use for Dragonite at this point, which is very possible. And he didn't want to have to risk taking an Earthquake. So he just lets his Dragonite die. He's going to come in with Greninja here and kill me off with a U-turn, which is a good move on his part because he can get his Greninja out of here in case I wanted to switch into something. It was a good move. He was going to kill me either way, so you might as well go for that U-turn. And I'm noticing the Life Orb damage there, so I don't have to worry about Focus Sash or any choice items or anything. Not that Greninja ever runs choice items to begin with, but just, it's a nice thing to know what his item is. He's going to go into Manectric, so I'm bringing in my Electabuzz. And I was really torn on what to do here. If he didn't Mega Evolve, and I try to go for an Electric-type move, it would activate his Lightning Run, and that could be a huge problem to give him a special attack boost. Huge problem. I decided that he was just going to go for it anyway, or he was just going to go for a Volt Switch, and he would outspeed me. So that's what he does. He goes for the Volt Switch, and he gets a crit, which is unfortunate, but not too bad. So he's going to go into his Mandibuzz, shiny Mandibuzz, which is pretty beautiful, I have to say, as I go for that Volt Switch, so it's a good thing he just didn't stay in and not Mega Evolve. Looking at that damage, I want to say that that's a physically defensive Mandibuzz, because, well, Electabuzz has some decent special attack, but he's not that powerful. So he's going to get some damage recovered with his lefties there as I bring in Aerodactyl. Gonna go for the Stone Edge, and even if he's physically defensive, I feel like that'll kill, but it doesn't. It was close. It was very close. He's going to get that foul play off, and that does a lot of damage, and he gets another crit. Unfortunately, another crit brings me down to 1 HP, so fortunately, I survived that somehow. I pretty much have to go for another Stone Edge here, and that's going to kill him off, which is great. So Mandibuzz out of the way, and I'm happy about that. So in comes the Bisharp, and I am not running Earthquake on this because this is my Mega Aerodactyl, or it was supposed to be my Mega Aerodactyl. I just brought the wrong one. It does have Aqua Tail instead of the Earthquake, so I can't really do a whole lot to this Bisharp. He's pretty much just going to destroy me, and he's going to go for the Swords Dance. He wants to set up and try to sweep me. So I'm like, ah, crap, I have to go for the Aqua Tail here. And that actually does some decent damage without being a crit. But he can pretty much just set up to +6 here, and there's nothing I can do about it unless I do get a crit. But he's just going to set up to +4 instead and go for that Sucker Punch. I guess he didn't want to risk the crit. I do not blame him at all. At all. But I can just bring in Conkeldurr. I really wasn't worried. I had Conkeldurr waiting. I know I can KO this thing with a Mach Punch. It's 4 times super effective. And especially with prior damage from the Aqua Tail, yeah, no chance for Bisharp to survive that. He needed to get rid of Conkeldurr before even thinking about trying to sweep with a Bisharp. But either way, I mean, I kind of just forced his hand. He pretty much had to give it a go. So he's going to bring in Manectric, his Mega Manectric, get that Intimidate off, get the Thunderbolt, but I'm running Assault Vest, so it doesn't really do that much. And in fact, Drain Punch does about as much damage to him with the Intimidate off as his Thunderbolt did to me. But I'm also getting HP back, but he gets a crit again with the Thunderbolt. That's what, 3 crits now? Have I gotten a crit? I don't know. I may have gotten one. Who knows? But I feel like they were kind of like all right next to each other. Crit, 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 crit. Oh, welcome to Crit City. I'm just going to finish off that Mega Manectric with a Mach Punch, though. And he does have the Greninja, but there's not really much that Greninja is going to be able to do to me. In fact, he won't even be able to attack because I'm just going to hit him with a Mach Punch right off the bat. I really thought that would kill, but it doesn't. And he's going to hit me with that Hydro Pump. And I was really hoping for a miss there, but that's not going to be the case. But with that Assault Vest, the Assault Vest basically just saved me because I live with 2 HP. And I'm able to finish him off with a Mach Punch, even though it's not super effective now because of the Protean type change to just pure water. But yeah, absolutely loving that Conkeldurr living with 2 HP. That was awesome. After all of those crits, I feel like I deserved Conkeldurr to live there. But whatever. Unfortunately, we were not able to really get Amoonguss into the battle at all. Not that he really would have been able to do a whole lot. Looking at my opponent's team right now, I really don't think that Amoonguss would have been able to do much. Nidoking and Manectric both have Flamethrower most of the time. Greninja has Ice Beam. Really can't do anything to Mandibuzz, especially with Overcoat blocking like Spore and all that kind of stuff. And Bisharp would be able to hit me on my much weaker physical defense with like Iron Head or something like that. And same thing with Dragonite. So yeah, really, I don't think Amoonguss would have had too much use in this battle because it just didn't match up well against my opponent's team. But nonetheless, it was a good match. Like I said, Dylan's link will be in the description below, both his Twitter and his YouTube account. So definitely feel free to go check him out. Like I said, pretty cool guy. And that's pretty much all I had to say about this battle, guys. So thank you very much for watching. As always, please make sure to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Let's try to get this up to 50 likes for those double daily Wi-Fi battle uploads. And I'll see you for the next battle. But until then, game on.